Imagine finding a vintage jacket that fits you perfectly right off the rack, costs way less than you expected, and somehow already has climate control built right into the fabric. Welcome to today's deep dive, where we're looking at a property that essentially does exactly that for you.
Right, a house that acts like that perfect jacket.
Exactly. So we are exploring a listing by Trina Foster of Epique Realty, located at 19806 N48th H Lane, Glendale, AZ 85308. And our mission today is to really figure out how this move-in ready home in the Overland Hills 3 community manages to strike this really tricky balance.
Yeah, it's a tough balance to strike, keeping that established charm but adding modern convenience.
Right, because it has that 1980s charm, but, totally modern updates.
Well, the baseline numbers on this one, they tell an interesting story before you even walk through the door. I mean, it's listed at $360,000.
Which is, wow, that's a great price point.
It really is. And for that, you're getting a 3-bedroom, 2 full bathroom layout with 1,312 square feet of interior living space.
And a pretty decent lot, too, right?
Yeah, all sitting on a surprisingly generous 5,980 square foot lot.
See, the layout and the space are exactly what caught my attention because, well, it's a 1986 ranch-style home, but the interior just doesn't feel like a time capsule at all.
No, not at all.
I keep going back to that classic vintage jacket analogy.
Yeah.
You've got the, reliable, established bones of a mid-80s build, but it's been expertly tailored for today with this really bright, welcoming layout.
Yeah, it feels entirely fresh without losing its original character. And that jacket analogy works so well for the aesthetics and the spatial flow.
Right, exactly.
But when we look at the structure itself, homes built in the 80s in Arizona often have great foundations, but sometimes terrible energy efficiency.
Oh, yeah, the heat out there is intense.
Exactly. But that's where this specific property really flips the script. It's not just about looking updated. It's about the mechanics of how the house actually operates.
So you mean like the climate control aspect?
Precisely. The home is equipped with central air, which is standard, but the crucial addition here is the solar screens.
Oh, wait, solar screens. How much of a difference do those actually make?
A massive difference. In a place like Glendale, the sun creates this huge thermal load on a house. Solar screens actually block a significant percentage of that solar heat before it ever hits the glass of the windows.
That is so smart.
Right. That means your central air doesn't have to work nearly as hard. It makes the whole system exponentially more efficient.
And keeps the interior temperatures completely stable, I bet.
Exactly.
See, that is the kind of practical upgrade that makes a huge difference. But speaking of practical, there's a number in the data that genuinely made me do a double take. The Homeowners Association fee is $49 a month.
I know, it's almost unheard of.
Right. In today's market, where you routinely see HOA fees in the hundreds, a $49 fee that actually covers grounds maintenance and gives you access to a community pool. That almost sounds like a typo to me. How does that even work?
It does sound like a typo, but it's remarkably low, and it drastically changes the day-to-day lifestyle for the owner. You're situated right in the Deer Valley neighborhood.
Which is a great area.
It is. You get a private yard space of your own, plus access to those community perks like the pool and biking and walking paths right outside your door.
Oh, wow. And because the grounds maintenance is handled, you aren't spending your precious weekends doing heavy yard work in the heat.
Which is a huge relief.
Totally. And that perfectly explains a really specific metric we found in the data. When you combine a low-maintenance exterior with that high-efficiency interior we just talked about, it makes complete sense why this property is predicted to sell faster than 87% of nearby homes.
Oh, without a doubt. Buyers aren't just looking for a nice layout anymore.
No, they want that turnkey situation where they don't have to immediately start fixing things or, managing endless weekend chores.
You're exactly right. It requires zero immediate heavy lifting from the buyer. You're getting immediate comfort the day you move in.
Yeah, it takes all the friction and stress out of the transition.
It really is a completely turnkey residence.
Yeah. You literally just walk in and start living your life. And it leaves you with something to really think about as you navigate today's real estate landscape. We're so often trained to look for those fixer-uppers to build equity.
Right, the traditional sweat equity.
Exactly. But when you factor in the cost of your own free time, the stress of managing contractors, and the immediate comfort of a meticulously maintained space, you have to ask yourself.
Yeah, what's it worth?
Right. Is the time and energy saved by avoiding renovations actually the ultimate luxury? Something to chew on. Thanks for exploring with us, and we'll catch you next time.